the fee? 55 plus 5?
Yeah, 55
60?
plus 5. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 60 mil. Yeah, I think that's bad business.
You don't bring habits and making the most expensive player at the club. When you've got Jesus that you got from saying you got Saka.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. You wouldn't.
How do you feel about your new signing?
So will Sly. No offense, but not going for like the Rice or the Mason Mounts and all of these kind of guys.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening, welcome to another episode of Podcast Pundits. I am your host today, Della Strada, the man of many faces. And as usual, I'm joined by my fellow pundits, starting from my right, Drayman.
Yeah. It's Drayman in the building.
Joey.
Yes, Joey, what's going on? Liverpool supporter. Here to do some summer transfer talk and see what's popping. Sorry, Drayman, why did you sound like Fat Albert when you said hey, it's Dre. hey.
I actually forgot to say the team as well, you know, because I was waiting for another question from Della Strada, just a quick one.
Yeah, I was gonna,
You're going to do back and forth with me?
But
go back and tell the listeners who you support.
Avid Man United fan, trying to recover from, I don't know, summer cold and flu, mainly probably from my daughter, because she's picking up everything from nursery, but we're still here, so that's the main thing. Podcast Pundits.
And lastly, Strives.
Yo, man, what you saying, guys? My name's Strives, or you can call me Striver, Arsenal fan. Yeah, man, happy to be here.
Cool. So today we're mainly going to be talking about transfers. But before we go into it, let me do some admin and let you know where you can find us. You can find us on all major platforms, which is Instagram. What was I saying Instagram for? Spotify, Apple, Google,
TikTok.
That's social media. You can interact with us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The handles are as follows. Instagram is podcast.pundits. TikTok is podcast pundits. And Twitter is podcast pundits _.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right, let's go into it. Let's talk transfers. Usually we start with Arsenal because they're the main talking point. So let's start with Liverpool because they got someone new. Jerry, how do you feel about your new signing?
So will Sly.
I was just going to ask if you could pronounce his name.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So will Sly. It's a different kind of profile player to what we have at the club. I think in one of the interviews they said that this is the kind of profile that we need. 22-year-old, 6'1", decent acceleration, can play in the centre, can play out wide. It's definitely different to what we have, but also quite similar as well. So someone I'd liken him to is maybe less attacking Hakpo. So decent physical build, but good on the ball, good feet. My only concern is what he's doing off the ball. I've not seen anything from him off the ball. I've only seen him play against Liverpool as a sub once. I don't really know much about him, but again, if you do your YouTube scouting, Scout Nation, shout out all of those videos. He looks like something that we needed and could potentially be one of the best midfield signings we've done in years, because Thiago was the last one. And I don't know if anyone heard, but basically Liverpool's not in his bio anymore.
In Thiago's?
In Thiago. But I heard that happened a while ago. And people had the same talk about it when it happened. So.
I think we kind of all gathered that though, right?
What?
When we asked you before, and most of the panel, we said that he was most likely probably going to leave anyway.
No, I don't think he's leaving.
You don't think he's leaving?
No, I don't think he's leaving, but that's a little...
No, I thought he would go. I thought he was getting to the end, man.
No, I think they'll probably phase him, but back to Szoboszlai, I think, he's a couple stats. I think he had one of the most shot attempts in the Bundesliga from outside the box.
He shoots for fun, man.
What's that?
He shoots for fun.
Yeah, but his conversion rate on hitting the target isn't the greatest. But so that's something that you will have to either coach him to be better at or coach him to not do. So he is somewhat raw, but it's a great opportunity. I think Klopp really wanted him and he got him. So no excuses, man.
Strad, I know you want to ask a question. Before you ask, how do you feel about the price tag?
The price tag, I'm okay with it only because of what we paid for McAllister. So I think if you like spread McAllister's fee and his fee, what is it like? I think it's like, what is it, 90 million, so like 45 million for both of them. I'm okay with that. If we hadn't procured McAllister for a decent rate, I think I would be a bit skeptical about the price tag. But another thing is that it's also kind of satisfied one of my requests that I had for our transfers of not going for like the obvious players in it. So like, no offense, but not going for like the Rice or the Mason Mounts and all of these kind of guys, doing a bit of scouting and getting some guys in that people don't necessarily know about. I think we heard about his release clause, and then 2 days later it was confirmed. Yeah. So that's the kind of business I like to see. Whether it's a good signing or not, I just like to see some decisiveness and some direction in the club.
But the thing with that is, let's say Havertz, 65 mil. Szoboszlai, 60 mil. And obviously you had issues with Arsenal spending 65 mil on Havertz.
Yes.
But now when you look at what the market's like, do you have... is your view still the same as saying Arsenal overpaid or whatever your views was before?
No. So again, maybe it's tempered a bit, but the main issue I had with the Havertz signing is that I don't think...
Because it's crap.
I don't think he's great. I don't think he's crap.
You're rude,
I don't think he's crap, but I don't think he's had a great spell at Chelsea for him to be commanding that fee. That's what I didn't really understand. I know with Szoboszlai, it's a release clause, one, and I don't think Leipzig wanted to sell him. And we're seeing Leipzig not letting go of Guardiola, who's supposed to be going to Man City. They're saying he's not leaving for anything less than 100 million. So for the fact that they don't want to let him go and he had a fee release, I'm kind of okay with that. With Havertz, the only thing is that I don't think he's earned the level of that 65 million fee.
I get that, but then Havertz has already done what Szoboszlai's done in Germany, and technically he's 3 years more experience in the Prem. It hasn't gone well, but he's still three more years experience in Szoboszlai, and it's only 5 million difference.
Yeah, again, I don't disagree with that. My thing is that Szoboszlai is being bought on a high.
Yeah.
And I think Havertz is being bought on a trough. So that would be my only issue. But in terms of, let's say, for example, he was coming from Bundesliga. How much did he come for? 75, was it?
Havertz.
Yeah. So that makes 22.
Okay.
But that made sense to me, him coming from 75 off of that season. But seeing how it hasn't gone, to me, very well at Chelsea, I think that Chelsea needs to like maybe stay calm at 50 mil or 55 mil.
Yeah, I think Chelsea definitely done well. Yeah, I totally agree. Arsenal shouldn't have paid the price, but sometimes in this market, the difference in Havertz, Mount, and who else is it? Maybe Maddison. And the reason why some clubs are going for those players because they're Premiership ready. Yeah. So I was like 60 mil, but you don't know. Team players still need time to adapt. So
you also made a good point of guaranteeing, or not necessarily guaranteeing, but having some kind of guarantee of quality. And Liverpool had to do that to get to the next level when they bought Van Dijk and Alisson. So in that sense, I have to kind of like settle with my reservations about the 65 million, but mine is more with the player rather than
And I think when it comes to Szoboszlai as well, I think like you mentioned, where he's got the release clause, Liverpool just wasn't fighting around. It's just like, all right, that's his release clause, pay it, pay it, get him at the club, get him announced. Like just the business is swift, and now you can look onto other targets. Come now, seeing that you're rumoured to be getting like Lavia and
Thuram.
Yeah, Thuram still. So
I don't know if we'll get both. Technically, we should be going for both because like we've lost a couple midfielders. Henderson 32, Thiago 33 to 32, Fabinho bit rusty last season, kicking on.
Yeah,
so we should be like procuring players for the future, innit? So I mean, the fee that I'm hearing for Lavia isn't sweeting me up, bro. Like,
50.
I mean, 50. I'm sorry, I wouldn't pay 50 million, even though he's had a good season. Yeah, and he looks like he's got a high ceiling, but Southampton are relegated. You lot can't be.
That's how all these relegation clubs, they start off like that, though, innit? Like their chest is high, and then.
But do you blame them though? I don't.
I kind of do, man, because you had
not
that
really.
quality and you shouldn't be getting relegated. So you've got a weaker negotiating position. So you kind of have to
eventually they have to stand down because they're not seeing Premier League money and they're not seeing advertising revenues.
But they do get the thingy though, the parachute. Payments,
so. They get parachute. That's what I'm saying. They'll use that money to then hopefully reinvest in 2 or 3 players maybe of Championship level. But
what one thing in their favour is that if they do want to come straight back up, you kind of do need a Lavia on your books.
Yeah, that's true.
So technically, you might have to prize them away from their hands.
But if Lavia stays one more season, then City's buyback clause gets activated.
I don't think so. You can, man.
You don't think so?
Bro, I was looking at Rodri's stats today, bro. Like nobody is close to that guy, bro. Nobody's close to that guy in terms of like his passing in tight spaces. I think he had that. It's crazy, man. So anyone going to Man City in the number 6 position is going there to clean boots, bro.
I was going to say, with this new signing, Joey, what do you think that does for like Salah? Does he like change position, or does it add a few more options? Can he change him around in your team? Yeah,
so when Salah starts off very, very wide with paint on his boots, and then he used to like picking up the ball. Start of the season, he was a bit dead at that. Towards the end of the season, he was picking up the ball in that position, coming inside. When he used to do that, that's when Henderson used to kind of like drop out to the right. Trent used to overlap Henderson, and those guys used to be in those positions. So obviously Henderson's legs aren't the same anymore, and his availability on match days isn't the same as well. His intensity isn't the same either. I'm unsure about Szoboszlai in terms of his pressing, because
I was just going to ask you, because do you think you're veering away from the Gidgen pressing?
Yeah.
Gengen?
Yeah. So I think especially if Trent is going to be a bit more inverted, then we're going towards the same kind of WW formation, or the boxes that
you're saying copying Arteta on that, yeah?
No, it's Pep, but Pep and Arteta, Pep Junior and Pep Senior. But I think it looks like that's the kind of the only way to battle against these teams without having the legs in the middle. But obviously we're quite adept at that pressing when you have the legs. So, but sorry, back to Drayman's question. I think Szoboszlai, who, if you watch all the clips, at first in Leipzig, he was playing on the left. The next season, he started playing on the right.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's when we start seeing him doing all them dubs and all that kind of stuff. So I think he's also got quite a good set piece and a good delivery into the box. Something that really pissed me off is when Henderson used to be out right and Trent wasn't near him, and Henderson used to put balls into the box and they would just be so lackluster. His shooting is so lackluster. So I think that's where Szoboszlai would most likely be utilising that right side midfield or right sided centre midfield position.
Just when Strives asked a question about the whole Gengen press, I heard can't remember who said it, but they said Szoboszlai is tailor made for Liverpool and Klopp, because he's come from Leipzig.
Yeah, Leipzig and
Salzburg.
Salzburg.
Yeah, and that's how they assist themselves. So they're already used to it. So he said off the ball, Liverpool shouldn't worry about that.
Yeah.
And on the ball, he's obviously good. My only concern is if you now have a midfield of Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Fabinho, and do you think that midfield is strong enough defensively?
Well, first of all, I'm still not convinced about our defence in the first place. But and I think there's areas we need to address. But I don't think Szoboszlai is as defensive minded as Henderson.
No.
And I think that's why I'm worried. Whether he can press or not, I'm still worried, because one thing Henderson used to do is filling gaps, especially when we weren't in possession. So again, my worry is him off the ball.
Yeah.
So it could potentially become a double pivot, and I don't think he'll be using the double pivot. I know for a fact that when McAllister plays, he can actually drop in to double pivot, because he used to do that at Brighton and always pick out Estepinian when he made the overlapping run. So I think that might potentially be there. But the other thing I'm questioning as well about Liverpool is who's actually going to play up front, because Darwin Núñez, I'm convinced if he can look like he's played football before, the guy will bang goals.
What if he was the centre forward, the striker?
I don't know if he's centre forward or if he's going to play from the left. And that's the thing. And Diaz is fully fit. So if he doesn't,
he looked better from the left when he did feature, in my opinion.
But he just looked like a runner transfer.
Yeah, but where he's got that lightning speed.
But Diaz has the speed. Not as fast as him, but he has the speed with the ball at his feet and can cut in and hit that. Nunes he's okay at that, but when you're seeing somebody who is as competent as Hakpo in terms of running with the ball, driving the ball retention, you got somebody like Curtis Jones who can hold the ball. You got McAllister, who I think is decent in holding the ball as well. We got loads of players that can hold the ball. And then every time it goes to Nunes, this guy is just not looking like he can hold the ball.
Yeah.
It's going to be a problem. So
maybe
I feel like if he
top then.
Maybe stick him up top, but that's still problematic because if Hakpo can hold the ball and he can't, what are you here for? So if this season he doesn't kick on, Liverpool will move him on. 100%, they have to move him on because it's like we need. You paid £85 million for him, and he should be scoring goals.
Yeah,
if he's not on the pitch, it's a wasted asset. So,
yeah, I'm with you.
So goals is his thing, innit? He needs to get on that tally board.
He needs to be like Haaland, and you need to basically. I might not be able to do anything else, but one thing I can fucking do is score goals. And if that's when you make it difficult for anybody else to be there above you. Right now, Jota is in a bit of form, so
that's
looking scary for him, man.
Boy, new season, so we'll look forward to see what he does.
Yeah. Anything else on Liverpool transfers, George, before we move on?
Yeah. Obviously, Calvin Ramsey's gone on loan to Preston. So that's not looking good for him in terms of his long-term career. But I feel we need a right back. I think we've been linked with Pavard again. I'm not really interested in that, but we've also been linked with some left-sided centre backs, kind of where Virgil van Dijk plays. So I think if we are able to get a left-sided centre-back, that will free up Robertson to go push forward, because when Trent goes out, we play with like a back three. Yeah. And then Trent has like a free role. If we can get a left centre-back, then we can do that on both sides. And then I think that'll make us a bit more balanced.
Before we move on, just on Trent playing inverted fullback or midfield, I think sometimes, and if you don't have Henderson and you're playing a midfield of Szoboszlai, McAllister and Fabinho, I think you'll get found out a few times, because I don't think Fabinho has the pace to then go and cover for Trent when he's out of position, unlike Henderson. But
so when Fabinho was never actually really tasked with that.
That's what I'm saying. So you're going to have no one to do it.
But I think the plan is if we do a box in the middle, the box will be Fabinho and Trent.
Yeah. And
three at the back. And then McAllister and whatever other centre mid is on the pitch, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, saying before the pot we were recording, I'm excited to see what happens, man. It could be another bummer, but usually when Liverpool have a shit season, they bounce back the next season, so should be fun.
Cool. Let's move over to United, Dre, man. You finally got Mason Mount over the line?
Well, I think he's having his medical today, so I'm hoping it's over the line.
Yeah. How do you feel about the signing?
I'm glad it's done. I'm not sure I agree with the fee, but I'm glad it's done.
What's the fee? 55 plus 5?
Yeah, 55
60?
plus 5. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 60 mil. Yeah, I think that's bad business in my mind. But
he had 1 year left, didn't he?
Yeah, 1 year left.
No, but didn't one of you guys say he had a year option?
That's Declan Rice.
Not Mason Mount.
I think Mason
Mason
Mount, he had to go this season.
Yeah.
He had to go,
that's
otherwise.
crazy then, you know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Chelsea are just the kings of negotiation.
Yeah, they've done well with that one.
Are they though?
Well, they've done well with these
Man
sales.
United, the paupers of negotiated, right?
Man United are genuinely poor when it comes to transfer market negotiations. Now, one of our coaches said that most of the time when they see that Man United come in, they just slap like double on it anyway. So is it definitely to do with...
Well, you can walk away.
No, we definitely can walk away, but at the end of the day, I think a few people said, boy, it's not my money. If we need the player, then we need to get him.
Now, I hear that, but it's the thing of it's not your money, or it's not Ten Hag's money, but isn't he only be tasked with only 100 mil for the transfer window?
Yeah, apparently.
So if you spend 60 on Mason Mount, what have you got?
Yeah,
that's definitely a rumour.
There probably is. But it was on Sky Sports News.
Yeah, I did see it.
No, it's to do with financial fair play. I think it's something to do with that, because obviously we have to shift a few players as well. So yeah, I wouldn't have bought him at that price, but I think, you know, when you've got a target that you want to acquire.
What would you have bought him for?
I think we discussed this before. I think between 40 and 50 mil, I think would have been fair.
I'd say for like between
40 or 50 mil
30
with 1 year left.
Yeah.
30 and 40, man. It's got to be
For who he is.
Yeah, but it's unless it's 1 year thing doesn't matter anymore. But
you know, it matters, man. It matters
Crazy.
because, like, again, if you're scouting properly, then technically you should be able to get other players.
Yeah, but then look at Declan Rice. Then that's phenomenal figures.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So, and that obviously, I know he might have an extension thing there, like possibly like for 1 year.
Yeah,
they could extend.
Declan Rice's was completely different to Mount's situation.
Why do you think so?
Because he has the option to extend. Him and West Ham, it was like a gentleman's agreement between them. Like if he stays on, then they'll sell him at the end of this season.
But didn't you say that he was?
Yeah, he was good.
said,
As
"I'm
good as
leaving."
gone. Yeah,
like he's leaving. So whether they extend it or not, he's still leaving.
Yeah, but no, but
but legally it's still 2 year contract, isn't it?
but
Yeah, but like West, we all know it's public knowledge that West Ham have given them blessing to leave. So that's you putting them on the transfer list. Once you put somebody and announce it that they're on the transfer list, the value has to come down.
No, but it's different just because obviously the circumstances. Once you have that option to extend, you could have that season. It could be a phenomenal season. You could change your mind. You can extend. So there's all those elements that come into play.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, if he did, for instance, if he did extend Strives, then what's he going for?
No, he'll go for the same price he went for now. I think theoretically he could have extended, or they did extend,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
it'll be that price.
So in theory, then they could have got him cheaper. So I would say
I
it's the
think they
same
could
boat
have
as
got,
Man United.
they could have got him cheaper, but from the time Man City come into the game, the lowest he could have went for was 90 mil.
They came into the game, but for what reason? I'm not sure.
But anyway,
honest.
stick on this Mount thing, man. 'Cause I don't know why we're talking about Rice. He ain't playing for Manchester United.
Yeah, where do you see him playing? Just replacing Ericsson.
Yeah,
Straight
because I
spot.
think Ericsson. I'm not sure if he's just going to be there next year just to literally just be a squad player, which is a great squad player, great addition to the team. Bring him straight into the team. He's got the assets. You know, he can shoot, he can pass. He's got, you know, he can run up and down, which people love. You know, you need the legs in there. I think
Is he a priority signing for United?
I think so.
So if he's a priority signing, why am I getting the impression that United fans aren't really excited about this incoming player?
But was it a priority signing, or you needed a midfielder?
We definitely.
Wait.
When you say priority, yeah, exactly.
Is Mount a priority, or you're saying is the
Mount.
position a priority? Yeah.
Mount, the position. I
I think the position.
Yeah,
Is
definitely.
priority,
Yeah, we definitely needed him.
So then,
Or not
Not
him,
him,
but
but
a
yeah,
player
yeah.
in that position. Whether it was Mount or not, I'm not sure. But obviously, 10's seen something in Mount that he's willing to put his faith into. So we have to trust that process, and I'm pretty certain he'll do all
Did you
right.
trust him when he bought Anthony and Weghorst
No, they did.
and Malacia?
And just for the record, Weghorst is back at Burnley.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I
think
don't think he's
he'll
going to
be in
stay.
the Prem.
next season as
No,
well.
I don't think. Apparently, I don't think they're going to keep him.
Of course not.
Yeah, he's going to go
Of
back
course
to
not.
Turkey or something. Yeah, I mean, with Anthony, only
Malacia's
Ten
not
Hag
been
knows.
too bad though.
Pardon?
Malacia's not been too bad. I think.
No, I
was joking. I was joking. He
I
needs time
actually
to.
don't think he's played well this season.
He needs time
Malacia.
to in Burnley.
I don't know if he's good. I don't know. That would be-
I'll judge him next season.
Yeah, next season would be more fair.
I think he'll be is decent backup.
Yeah,
But I don't think he's like I thought it would be coming to kind of push Luke's job. I don't think he's capable of that.
but I think De La Strada, I think like you were saying, I think when you go for players, you almost maybe you pay a little bit more to know that a player can kind of do it in the Prem.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Is that what you call the English tax then?
Yeah, 100. But the English tax only applies to English players, though.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like there's loads of players that can do it in the Prem that don't get that tax rate.
Yeah.
Like a Kovacic.
Yeah. No, but Kovacic, we'll get to Man City. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's almost 30.
They tick that box as well, and they're British, so they're complying with all their rules and regs. So
That's sorry, just obviously not to take it back to Liverpool, but that's where we're fucked. We haven't got any homegrown players. Man. We're very low on that. So yeah.
And then I think so. I'm hoping probably by tomorrow that'll be announced, because I think I could see pictures of him doing his medical today. So
Well, you saw it.
I saw his car driving into the training facility to do his medical. So
And then what's the situation with your goalkeeper? So David De Gea, is he?
he's officially a free agent now. Yeah, officially a free agent. Yeah, it's been baffling. Apparently, like we put something on the table, then we took it away. We kind of took it away.
Yeah, because I heard that he wanted to sign it.
Yeah.
You lot took the piss out of him, man.
Yeah, I think we have. Again, we're not conducting our business in the right way. Yeah, it's definitely not good the way we're going about doing these things. Obviously, we're linked with Onana now, so
How do you feel about that?
I'd be happy with him.
I want to see him come to the Prem.
Just endless entertainment, bro. Endless entertainment.
Bro, the guy is mad.
I think he'll be all right, man. I think he'll be all right.
No, but he will have you guys like stressed. Like this guy will play as a DM sometimes.
Bro.
But if I was De Gea though, yeah, I'm just calling it quits, man, and maybe putting myself on the market to go Saudi or something.
Yeah, Saudi or back home. I think that'll be the plan as well. Like De Gea got married. Literally, I think it was
a couple of days ago.
Yeah, so
What, it was his wedding?
Yeah, it was his wedding.
Right, and United done that.
Yeah, exactly. So we did him dirty.
And you think
Wait, what do you mean? Did what? Why? What's that got to do with his wedding?
No,
I'm just saying, innit? Like they probably knew his wedding was coming up, and now Man United are quiet. You know, like normally when a player gets married, the Man United's Twitter will like say, "Well, like congratulations," and we're gone silent, completely silent on that front. But yeah, we should be able to conduct our business a lot more efficiently and and go about the process in the right way, because obviously when you read these things in the press, whether they're right or wrong, we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. Again, it's not sending out the right vibe, you know.
It's unprofessional.
Yeah, exactly. We want players to leave on, if we don't want to extend their contracts or we want to get rid of them, just leave on good terms. Okay, he's not been a bad keeper. He won the Golden Glove. You know, he's been all right. Obviously, he's got his faults like every keeper. They'll have their highs and their lows, but we can conduct ourselves better. And it's just mad how we seem to be just going through things this summer. And I don't know whether it's to do with the takeover. It's stressing us out. I'm not really sure.
I'm hearing Mason Mount's past his medical.
Wicked.
So
obviously, like with Arsenal fans, I don't want to speak on Arsenal fans, but I think there's a kind of like a high spirits there in terms of them signing two players, maybe not the players they wanted, but two high-level players. I'm not getting any sense of that from Man United or their fans. Is that fair to say that this isn't like a motivating signing in terms of...
Well, like a marquee signing like we normally do?
Or just anything to get... Like, for example, like I don't know much about Soboslai, but I'm quite excited. Like, are you not excited to see what Mount does or how he gels in the team? Or like, is there any kind of like feeling behind it?
I think with most United fans, when a player is linked to us and we get a player, they're normally like really high profile. But then obviously speaking from experience from the past, that's not really worked out for us. I'd say like Pogba, for instance. I'd say like Sancho, where we've paid like big money, big expectations. We're almost expecting like an instant impact as soon as they come to the Prem. And it's not happened. So I think United fans are taking a step back and going, okay, cool. Mount probably not like a wow player, like a marquee signing, but in terms of what he can bring to our midfield, it's almost probably like just be quiet and let this guy just do his talking on the pitch, because that's what we need. That's what we need to happen.
I'll go on for like guys like obviously you guys are linked to Kim Min-jae.
He's going Bayern.
Yeah, apparently he's going Bayern, isn't it?
He was also linked to Tim Bud, who looks like he's going to Arsenal.
But I think I've said it in a few groups that I'm in, that if you're a Man United fan, the best thing for you to do is just sit tight in your seat and don't say anything until you see something confirmed. Because again, if we're linked to players, for some reason, we'll get linked to them. We may even go through negotiations and then they might go to another club.
It was like once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah, exactly. So you need to just sit tight in your seat and just go on that roller coaster ride with your club. And I'm pretty certain most Man United fans will know what I'm talking about in terms of you'll be linked with so many players under the sun that you kind of need to just go, let's just wait till that yellow banner on Sky says that it's confirmed, because otherwise, why are we wasting our time with all these speculation kind of players?
Do you think you'll be more excited with the Onana signing than the Mount?
Yeah, I think we will.
Serious?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just because I feel like we need to play more to the strengths of Ten Hag, and Onana is kind of one of those keepers that's really good with his feet. And I think we've been missing that. Whether he's a bit wild coming out of goal and whether, you know, his other goalkeeping attributes can live up to De Gea is another thing. But for me, when De Gea is on the ball, one, he can't do a long ball and pick out a United player. He struggles to do long balls. And then when you pass the ball back to him with his feet, he's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not going to change. So again, sorry, De Gea, with how we've treated you.
I apologise on behalf of Man United.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. On behalf of Man United, we shouldn't treat you like dirt, to be honest, because you've...
servant.
Yeah, you've been a great servant to us, and if you do leave, I hope you bag a great move, and wish you all the best.
He probably stayed with you, and he could have gone to Real Madrid and been great.
I think he tried to go there.
I think he tried to go, yeah. But
did he?
The paperwork fucked.
Yeah, the paperwork just didn't go through in time. So, yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I think we're linked with another player. I don't even know if I can say his name right. It's like Højlund.
From where?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, from Atlanta.
Yeah,
Striker.
I think it's Højlund the way it is.
Striker.
Young kid.
Yeah. Again, I don't really know much about him. I'm like Joey. I just have to watch things on YouTube. But
Are you confident in ETH in the transfer market then, like who he wants at the club? And
I think the good thing with ETH, I think we're definitely going to see a clear out, which is what we need. Whether he can acquire all the targets that he wants is another thing. But I think he knows the positions that we need to improve in. So I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to sit back and just see what kind of signings he brings in, and just hope that if he goes with, for instance, like this player like Højlund, see how he sort of adapts to the Prem, see, and if we do get him, see how good he is. Because I think that time for buying marquee players, I think it's like you said, Joey, like you need to have a good scouting network. And I feel, you know, with that structure, we can push on, because
I think once Mason Greenwood comes back, man, you know, it'll be all right, man.
I think Jose came out, and I think he wants him on loan at Roma.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that would be good for him, obviously, to just get his fitness back up.
Once who on loan at Roma?
Greenwood.
Oh,
Greenwood, yeah. I think that would be good for him. Boy, so yeah, it's just a wait and see in terms of all our other transfer dealings. Again, not really heard much on the takeover scenario, so yeah, it's just dragging too much.
Apparently, there's meant to be some sort of announcement tomorrow.
Really?
Where'd you hear that?
I've been hearing it all over the just different outlets. So I think there was something on TalkSport. Rio Ferdinand said it on his platform as well. Apparently, there's meant to be some news on that. I know he flirted with the idea a couple of weeks ago, but allegedly there's meant to be some clarity in regards to that.
Yeah.
I don't think the Qataris, I don't think they're gonna flex their position any further. So I think they're probably final in their position, but no one really knows what's going on. I think Ratcliffe is somewhere in the picture still as well. So apparently the hold-up's been that the where the Glazers isn't an individual, it's like a consortium.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Between them and their siblings or whatnot. Apparently there's an internal decision process between them which has been holding the thing up.
But for how long though?
Does anyone watch Succession?
I watched a bit of it, but then
that's what I think is going on. You know, just the Glazers. Some of them are thinking, you know, fuck that, man. We can run United. And everyone's like, no, I want my fucking money.
Yeah, I think that needs to just be finalised.
It's been going on for a couple of months.
Exactly,
way
bro.
too long, man.
Like in terms of, like you said, there's a few of them in there. They're like brothers. Just sit, you know, just you can bloody do a bloody FaceTime call or WhatsApp call with everyone in the call, and you could talk about it and discuss it. I don't understand.
Yeah, there has to be some people who don't want to sell for it to be dragging like this, or like somebody who's constantly throwing spanners in the works.
Yeah, I think Man United had a 40 fan turnout protest again outside our club shop with our new shirt to say that the Glazers need to just sell. It was just a pathetic protest in my mind. But
what did they get at these protests?
Yeah.
Well, when it's only like 30, 40 people, I thought it was just pathetic. But Mate, they're just tired. They're just like every other United fan. We're just tired of this.
Maybe
just move on, innit?
If you was like season ticket holder, you might have the financial energy.
Well,
Yeah.
the best thing to do in these situations is just don't go to the games, innit?
Yeah.
That's how you protest. Don't go to the games, then protest. Right?
No, but obviously then there would just be like loads of Chinese and Japanese.
Yeah,
fans
just be
to come take your
tourists.
place,
Then let it be. Let it be in it.
You'll never get your season ticket spot back again, bro.
So yeah, I think that's it. It'd be interesting to see what other players come to United, but I think we need to get rid of the Deadwood or ship them out, raise a few more meals in that bank account, and then we can go again and hopefully sign maybe like I'd say probably like 3 or 4 players in total.
Is there anybody in your mind that you want or any specific positions?
Well, we said goalkeeper. I'd probably take one more person at the back as well, and then obviously we definitely need a striker.
When you say take one more at the back, is that with somebody being shipped out? Or Harry Maguire now?
Yeah. Just like maybe like a good squad player, maybe a player at the end of their career that wants to come and just sit on the bench and then play the odd game here and there. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I'm past like reading all the rumours or like going out there and thinking what player that I want, because we all know United don't act like that. So yeah, we'll just wait and hope.
Cool. Let's move over to the second best team in England's transfer window. So Strives, talk to us. How do you feel about, firstly, Havertz? Oh, we know how you feel about Havertz, but that's the only one that's over the line right now.
330k a week.
It's not 330.
It definitely can't be that, because Saka just got a new deal, so he ain't going to be on more than Saka.
Wait, sorry.
And Jesus is the highest paid player in the club, so I doubt it.
But
it's not. No.
Is there? You keep on saying it's not, because we've heard it is.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you have to say?
Who broke the news?
No, I'm just asking.
I know, because that's a good question. Because once we know who broke the news, we will immediately throw doubt on it. So who broke the news?
I don't know, but you said the build.
Yeah, it wasn't me, but who broke the news?
You said the build. The German.
No, but who broke the news to us?
Oh, I don't know who was it. Who was it?
It was Dre, man. You know anything Dre man breaks?
No, but just to say, what the news that Dre man broke, if you Google it, it's on every
Thank you.
outlet. So I'm just saying, like, you guys are saying it's not, but every other outlet
But
who has repute.
I listened to Charles Watts, who's Arsenal's correspondent, and he hasn't mentioned anything about that.
But he hasn't not mentioned.
No, because and as a me personally, I don't think you don't bring Havertz and make him the most expensive player at the club. When you've got Jesus that you got from saying you got Saka.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't, you wouldn't, but
maybe
there
Arsenal
could be someone at Arsenal that would.
But honestly, the police, the FBI, every investigation organization will be freaking.
I was going to say, can you just tweet Edu and just clarify this, because I want to know, innit?
Bro, you can carry on with your, I don't know where you get your Ponzi headlines from, but there's no way in hell that Kai Havertz is going to be the most expensive.
If he is, that's money laundering.
If he is, what I will say is, if he is, that is the greatest finesse, probably even greater than Morata, that has ever been done in football.
No, don't get Fernando Torres to Chelsea was the greatest.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But yeah, no. So with Kai Havertz, it's like when I get talking amongst my fellow Gooners, I am in conflicts just because we are all like, we have different ideas about how we might integrate the player, etc., etc. But actually, like, when I sit down and I reflect and I think about it, he minimizes the drop off in quality between players within our squad. And I personally, as a Gooner, and I've been quite vocal about wanting us to compete for cups. I want us to go on cup runs. So in order to like compete on all fronts, we're gonna need like a competent and talented squad. And Kai Havertz, he brings that to us. Would I spend 65 mil? I wouldn't, but it's not my money.
What are you saying? He's a Carling Cup player?
No, I'm not saying that. He can definitely play in the Champions League. He's won it. We haven't. You know what I mean? He scored the goal to win it against City. We can't even beat City nowadays. You know what I mean? So like, you know, but what I mean is, you know, like you're going to be competing in the Champions League. God willing, we go all the way. But what if we don't and we drop into the Europa? Like, whatever competitions that we end up in, we're gonna need a good, competent, quality squad in order to stay competing at the highest levels. And Kai Havertz gives us that. It's just where I start to look like I'm not happy with it is when people allude to Kai Havertz being some sort of goal scoring solution. Like that's where my head starts to get hot, because he's not going to be that person. But aside from that, I'm pretty okay with Havertz. If you told me we was getting Havertz and we spent 25 mil less, there would be absolutely nothing. I wouldn't even be contesting anything.
But how do you now feel? Obviously, the price is the price. But how do you now feel knowing that Chelsea also milks United for Mason Mount? Liverpool bought. I've got a new midfielder for 60 mil.
Yeah.
So the price range for those sort of players is around that.
No, great. It's just, I wouldn't say great, but it's just, it kind of just makes you think, well, boy, this cost of living is not just affecting us regular folk, it's affecting football clubs as well. So yeah, like to answer your question, De La Strada, you can see that there seems to be like an inflation in regards to the transfer fees. It doesn't make me feel much better about it, but it does kind of give me some sort of understanding on it. And I just think Chelsea they have someone in their negotiation room that's just pretty good, because I just, as for what Kai Havertz done in the season just gone, to be able to get 65 mil all in, it's great negotiation from them. But am I going to care at the end of the season if Arsenal have got a couple of...
If he does his job.
I'm not going to give a toss.
Sorry, Xhaka was what, like 30 million, 35 mil, wasn't it?
What, when Arsenal bought him?
Yeah.
I think around 30 mil, thereabouts, yeah.
He played like 37 games last season. How many, like at 65 mil, how many games do you expect like Havertz to play in the Premier League, or just...
In all comps?
Yeah.
Probably about the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think he's like a main starter then?
I think so.
He'll definitely start.
But like a main regular starter.
This is
you don't pay him 330
and then
to not start.
Is Xhaka confirmed as an exit?
It's still up in the air. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up staying.
But in your opinion, do you think he's like he's not on the retain list?
No, he's up in the air. Like I actually thought he was gonna stay. Like it looked like he had U-turned, because like it wouldn't be the first time that Xhaka's U-turned. But reports are resurfacing today that, because you know that in principle we agreed 13 million with Leverkusen, which was kind of dead. But it looks like obviously I don't know who in the negotiation room at Arsenal's up in their Viva, but it looks like we've been able to get an extra 8 out of them. So it looks like he's going for about 21 mil now.
Bayer Leverkusen apparently, isn't it?
Yeah. And which is good, because German clubs, unless you're Bayern Munich or maybe Dortmund, but they don't really spend much for players. So to be able to get 21 mil, I was just trying to look up how much we bought Xhaka for in the first place, but that's not a massive depreciation really. So I'd say that's a decent bit of business.
How much did Arsenal pay?
That's what I was just about to look up, but I couldn't. I can't find it.
It was like 35.
Yeah, I think it was like 35 million to be fair.
30 million. I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the region of 30 million, so it could be a little bit less with add-ons probably, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, because transfer market, you're right. Yeah, around about 30 million, yeah.
So do you not see him as a replacement for Xhaka in terms of
in a position?
Yeah.
Yeah, not maybe like for like, but yeah, that's in that position.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could do. I mean, it would make the most sense to fans, because I don't think you spend 65 mil on Kai Havertz to go up top when you just bought Jesus. Because I don't know that. Open question. Would you fancy Havertz to outscore Jesus?
If playing up front,
I don't know if.
Yeah, so I mean,
he could have a good season. I don't know, but I wouldn't put money on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the assumption would be to play in the 8, but then for me, I differ to De La Strada, where I don't think Kai Havertz walks into my team. Like I think he rides the bench for a bit and he gradually gets.
When you say, is this if Xhaka was there? If Xhaka's now gone, so if Xhaka's gone and Arsenal get the signings that they've planned, and I don't know what's going on with Partey. Let's assume Partey's still there.
Yeah,
but Xhaka's gone. But the midfield is now Rice, Havertz, Xhaka, and whoever else. Who do you?
Odegaard.
And obviously Odegaard and
Yeah.
Smith Rowe. Who do you?
Is Xhaka still there?
No,
Yeah.
Xhaka's gone.
If Xhaka's gone, then I would probably go Partey. I may even do Rice, Partey, Rice, Odegaard.
That's if Party's still there.
That's
that's
what I was.
assuming.
That's what I was thinking. If Partey's still there, only because of based on last season.
Yeah.
And then I think Havertz will have to earn his position for me.
Yeah.
And just because of what you're paying for Rice, he has to get shoehorned if anything.
Yeah, and I've been a massive fan of ESR. That's not changed. ESR gets a pre-season. I swear to you, I would go ESR before I'd go Havertz, and then I'd bring Havertz in to the game. So as much, I would say all competitions. Yeah, you'll probably get about 30 plus Havertz, maybe all because we're going to be in all competitions. Hopefully,
30 plus matches.
Yeah. All competitions in the Prem. If he gives me about 22, 25, I don't know. I'd be indifferent, irrespective of what we paid, as long as he can jump. He can jump into the team
When needed.
Yeah, and when needed, give us a quality shift. And most people think Arteta's got the capability to get him cooking and get him scoring and, utilising the good positions and the good spaces that he takes up and hopefully just, sharpening his tools a little bit and just getting his goals conversion to increase. And if that's the case, I will be over the moon. But I've had a few arguments since the last episode with some fans where they're expecting him to come in and get 10 plus in the 8 position.
Goals.
Yeah, goals. And I'm not that optimistic.
I can see it happening. As I said, because Xhaka got 8 goals this season, and Xhaka's, I think Havertz is better going forward.
I agree.
So if playing in that same sort of setup, I can imagine him hitting in those positions. Because there's times when Arsenal played and you probably give Xhaka a cutback.
Yeah.
And because he's not as mobile or he's not as good in those tight spaces, he doesn't navigate the ball as well as he could have, and he probably breaks down an attack and has a missed opportunity. Whereas I think with Havertz, in those positions,
yeah, I think
he's doing well.
I think he gets into the positions. I think he gets into those positions better. But funny enough, this was where I was. There was a lot of discourse. I don't differentiate their finishing abilities that far apart. I think, and yes, some people will definitely disagree with me, but when I look at the stats and what have you, obviously Havertz will have scored more goals because of the positions he's played, but Havertz got 32 goals in 156 games for Chelsea.
All comps.
I can't remember if it's all comps or the Prem.
I think it's got to be all comps because he's been there for 3 seasons. So
yeah, so I think it is all comps, And I'm thinking if I know it's different because obviously there's so many more elements and the elements to playing up top, but because I think I literally feel like they're similar in finishing ability. If Xhaka was shoehorned up top and said play there for 156 games, I don't think he would have scored that many less than Havertz. He probably would be good.
Have you seen Xhaka with his back to go? He's not the best, bro.
But sorry, just based on what?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. He's dead up top, but so is Havertz. That's basically what I'm saying.
But based on what Della was saying on Havertz's position, are you judging Havertz's position in kind of attacking from him playing up front, or are you judging it from him playing that by Leverkusen? I'm
just judging it on his profile and just imagine what the setup will be like, because Jesus always drop. So if Jesus, and I think Havertz has probably got one of the best running stats running to spaces and running ahead of a striker. I think it's only second.
What does that mean?
I think he's only second to Haaland.
Only second to Haaland. So he makes the runs.
Okay.
So it fits perfect with Jesus dropping deep. When he drops deep, what tends to happen is that no one fills in that space that he vacates.
So he can see the space.
He can see the space, and if you've got people behind you like Odegaard, potentially Saka, Martinelli, there's space for you to drive into, and he'll get more chances than Xhaka. So based on that alone, he'll score more.
See, that's my thing. I think he will get more chances, and I think he will take up those positions. But I just think once he gets those chances, I just think he's going to be wasteful in front of goal.
No, I think what people expected, he's not an out and out goal scorer. That's the truth. But he was relying on Chelsea. But Chelsea's system, it wasn't in his favour, and me personally, I think it's going to work out. It's going to be a good signing.
Do you think there's less pressure on him coming into.
I think
this
there's
Arsenal
still pressure.
Yeah, it
because
won't be
there's
less.
loads of pressure now because everyone's one, the price tag. Two, if he still plays the same way, fans will be getting on his back.
team. Do you think he sees it like that though?
No, I think he's mentally. I think he's solid.
No, I'm saying, do you think he's seeing this move as more or less pressure than him
Oh,
going
no, I
to
think
Chelsea
it's
or him
probably
going to Arsenal?
I think for him, he
that's
just.
what
I
matters,
think it's
isn't
just a. I think
Change of scenery.
Yeah, change of scenery, sigh of relief. Arsenal look like an exciting project. I think once he gets out there, he'll feel the love from the fans because we always love our own. But the moment it starts going a bit pear shaped, I think that might be where the pressure kicks in because we've had this with Willian as well, and that's a little bit where the PTSD is kicking in for me as well. So Arteta,
But those
had
are
this
players
amongst
coming
it.
at the end of the.
Even though he's been way better at Fulham than he was at Arsenal.
definitely.
But and then sorry, just in the back of my mind, every time we speak about Havertz, I'm thinking about Trossard.
Yeah. I didn't even get onto him as well.
yeah.
So that's why I just feel like with Havertz, like I'm not getting hung up on him being like a main go-to player. So when you spend that amount of money, just the assumption is that he potentially might be that person. But I would not begrudge Arsenal at all if he spent that amount of money and he literally was just a squad depth player. Like I wouldn't care because I just know that when he does come into the team, that our levels will stay higher than they were.
Yeah.
Like let's say like this season when we were having to kind of deal with Fabio Vieira.
Is he a dud for you?
Yeah, I can't.
Just doesn't have the aggression in it.
Yeah, I see him on holiday and stuff like that, and he's
Does that anger you? What you see?
bro, I feel bad. Like, why am I annoyed at this guy? Because I'm like, bro, why are you not in the gym, bro? Why are you not in the gym? Why are you not loading up on your carbs, bro? Like, why are you on holiday doing up freaking enjoyment, bro, in Portugal or wherever you are, bro?
Is that
Oh, no,
Afro?
he's injured. That's why he's not at the European tournament.
Oh, was he
Under
in?
21, yeah.
How old is he?
But I don't even know. But funny enough, England played Portugal. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who won?
1-0 England.
Okay.
So what is the final? I think is like
I think that was the quarterfinals.
no, the finals this week. I think like maybe Wednesday or Thursday or something.
Serious?
like that.
So when's the semis then?
When that the semis?
No, I think that was quarter.
Oh, okay, my bad. Must be semis. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was going to say, Strives, in terms of Havertz, will you get a better idea if he's going to start when you start watching the pre-season games?
Yeah. Honestly, I think me and Joey was going back and forth about this last year. I look forward to the preseason.
Yeah,
like,
because we got you as well, innit?
have you?
Yeah, we've got you.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, I
really
think I'm
interesting.
pretty certain.
That's interesting.
Are you doing the Emirates Cup?
Is it China
Is
Cup?
it still called the Emirates Cup?
Yeah. I think because I was getting like alerts. I know we got Monaco soon.
In the Emirates Cup.
I don't know if it's the Emirates Cup, but I just know the emails were coming through for me to book some tickets. So yeah, like, I'm
If
looking
you go,
forward.
let me know. I might count.
I've been to Emirates Cup.
Yeah,
before.
Saturday, July the 22nd.
It's a blast.
Okay, yeah.
Pre-season friendly game.
What United Arsenal?
Yeah,
Where,
Arsenal.
what ground?
I think it must be to do with a tour. We might be somewhere mad.
I reckon it's China.
No, it won't be China. It might be maybe I'll say probably America or Australia or something crazy like that.
Oh, yeah,
MetLife Stadium.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for preseason, man. And allegedly, we're going to be announcing Timber and Rice. At some
Yeah,
point this
Timber.
week.
Yeah, I've
It
heard
looks
that.
like those deals have been done. So
What's the hold up in? Is it just they need to do like a media signing for Declan Rice and all that?
And I think they're still doing the whole payment structure. It needs to be agreed.
Oh, so it's not even over the line.
So, no.
No, it's not over the line yet.
yeah, allegedly that was where it was. But then I also
So someone
do
can
know-
still come in and gazump.
Yeah, that can.
Yeah.
that can literally
Who, bro? Who?
I'm just saying, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
if
no
it's
one's
gonna
coming
happen
in,
to
man.
anyone, it will be Arsenal.
No one's coming in, bro.
But you know, Arsenal also like to make sure that all their media pack, everything is
Yeah,
sorted. Like they want their players in, and obviously we've had the holidays and stuff like that. But again, I've seen in a few outlets that apparently those will go over the line. And once they go over, if they go over the line, your Timber, Rice, Havertz, that'll be a good start.
solid.
I'm seeing some rumors surface about Chouameni.
Oh, that one, man.
Or Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, but
No,
I don't know.
it's not happening.
I don't believe it's likely. But you know what? Let me tell you where
Real
my,
Madrid ain't letting him go anyway, man.
well, apparently, this is what's linked to these rumors because
Caught
of their
offside.
FFP. No, it's not. It's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. You know, I don't know who these sources are, but you know, you just want to believe it. Yeah. Like apparently, because of FFP, that they need to make some money back for the Bellingham thing, and then they're looking to try and get Kylian Mbappe and blah blah blah. They're potentially looking at offloading him, and Arsenal may be interested. I even saw on Twitter that we were linked to Mbappe.
Yeah, I saw that. I laughed.
I let myself believe it for at least 2 minutes. But you know what
I
it
fell
is?
for that trick last year as well.
You know what it is this year though? Normally I'm just like, look at these stupid reports, but something just feels a bit different at Arsenal. Like, I've never seen us ever spend 105 million full stop, let alone on a player like Declan Rice. I'm not saying Declan Rice isn't a good player, but 105 mil.
Is that going to be a lot of weight on his shoulders though, in terms of 105 mil? Nah, it's just going to be like, bro.
I think he's calm, man.
Yeah, how much weight can go on his shoulder? Like he's going to do what he does. He's got the engine. He breaks up play.
Yeah, but is he going to do what he does, or is he?
We're not asking him for goals and assists. So
what are you asking him for?
Yeah.
We're just asking him to do what he does. But unfortunately for us, that's just we're being bumped. We're having to pay an inflated figure for him to just do what he does. So there is no pressure. We're not saying come to our club and change up your style, and because you want to have a bit more of a forward role in the game, I want goals and assists from you. We're not putting that pressure on him.
But I was going to say, obviously they're different positions, but in terms of, we bought Zaha from Palace, you're buying Rice from West Ham. I'm just saying they're good. They were brilliant at their respective clubs. Then they made that move and something just petered out.
But I think the difference on that,
he's like a seasoned international, isn't he? Like he's gone to all the like major tournaments. He's obviously had to played with.
Zaha has as well.
Not really. Not that he has, but he's not been relied upon.
But he was under 21s when he was at Man United though.
No, I'm just saying. Oh yeah, okay.
So the
time. Okay, yeah.
And Declan now as well. That campaign where he won that BTEC European Trophy with West Ham. That's obviously going to hold him in good stead as well. So I don't see him.
But sometimes there is the risk of being a big fish in a little pond.
Of course, but that's why I think it's very important that we keep the likes of Thomas Partey and what have you not, so that he can still
hand over.
Yeah, that the handover, watch, learn, see the culture, what have you.
Yeah, 100%.
See, someone like Havertz, for me, I don't see him having a problem at Arsenal. But when I look at Rice, that's the only thing I think. Not that he can't do it or he's not a good player, but is he going to feel that he's not that main guy that he's used to being?
I don't think he needs to be that. I don't think he needs to be that. And when you hear him talk and the way he talks about football, I don't think there's much risk of him not being a success at Arsenal, because the guy just loves football, man.
Yeah, man. And you just want to play with good players, man.
He's a student of the game as well, man. So I think he's one of them people that just wants to learn and wants to have an opportunity to show what he can do on the bigger stage.
Yeah, I think he'll do well, but I agree with Strive that it'll be bad if they let Partey go. And because what Man City tend to do, they don't just say, Rodri, come in and you're in there straight away. Fernandinho's still there for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Then eventually there is no pressure on you, Rodri. Just ease yourself in. But at least what will happen is if Thomas Partey is not there, you've got Jorginho. Obviously I prefer Partey, but it seems like if someone's going to go, it's going to be him. So at least Rice will be able to at least learn off Jorginho. And
yeah, Liverpool used to do that as well, because I think Fabinho had to wait like 6 months before he got his start.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I think all those that are, I would say they're hoping that the Rice signing is like a Gareth Barry or whatever. It's just hope, man.
But Gareth Barry was a good signing. Everywhere he went.
Man City, to be fair.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
He won things still.
But,
knock the guy.
Lastly, before
not part Jisung.
Before we move away from Arsenal, so in terms of if they make those 2 signings over the line, Timber and Rice, in terms of outgoings, who would you like to leave?
Outgoings, I think Sambi Lokonga. I think he's tried, but I feel like it's just a long road back for you now. So
what, loan or sell?
I'd probably sell him. I'd maybe loan just to see if he can increase his value before selling.
Did he do anything at Palace? Or
not really. But if he goes to Burnley,
once Vieira left, he didn't get game time.
Yeah. So I think he could go. I wouldn't sell Balogun, funny enough. I'd keep him.
But what, him and Eddie?
If I had to sell one, I think it'd have to be Eddie, man.
You know what? I like a turn, innit?
Thank you. That's it. Because I actually do like Eddie, but it's just I feel like you had a go, you did your thing. I was fully on board. Like there was a time when I was.
But what about that song, bro?
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, the song
You get
it can still stay with him, no?
It's still on Spotify as well.
Yeah, bro. Like Nketiah's a G. Like at the end of the day, bro. Nketiah's got a better goal scoring record than Havertz, and he was coming off the bench.
And
True.
Jesus.
Has he probably?
But the only thing is that he didn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he
and
didn't take it.
I would like to see what a Balogun would do at our club. Hence why I wouldn't sell him. But if, as a businessman, Balogun probably has the most resale value at the moment. So maybe you sell Balogun first, because Eddie Nketiah, I feel like he's happy to play the position that he's playing. Like he wants to play, but I don't feel like he's going to kick up the fuss that allegedly following is doing. Yeah,
How much does Eddie go for currently on 100k?
100k.
Oh, he has to go for 30 to 40 mil. How much did Solanke go for?
Solanke, we went for about, I think it was 29.
Yeah, Eddie has to go for 40. If Arsenal were good at selling...
Dom Solanke is a good
No,
striker.
I'm not
Even though
disputing
he's
that.
looked a bit stinky, but he was sick at that second half of the
No,
season.
not disputing that, but when he left Liverpool, he hadn't done anything.
He
But
hadn't,
Eddie's
correct.
had his stint in the Prem. England under 21 top goal scorer. So if Arsenal were good negotiators...
Solanke was that as well, though. He
should
was
he outright... Eddie Nketiah is the England under 21 top goal scorer.
record holder, yeah.
Yeah, 40 because Iwobi went for 35.
Who's grabbing him for 40 though?
Palace
would have done it.
Yeah.
Maybe not now, but...
I don't think they'll do it now.
No, I don't think they would.
I can't see who. Maybe Burnley potentially, but I can't see who would.
Good shout.
Who would?
Well, with thingy...
Could Brentford use him with Tony out of the picture for a bit?
I know they got He doesn't strike me as a Thomas Frank
kind of player.
Yeah.
So let's wrap for it. So you got Balogun or potentially Eddie, Lokonga.
Who else would I sell?
You got Holding. You got Tavares.
Tavares.
Tavares is back. Yeah.
Tavares. I'd sell Tavares. Holding. It's mad, yeah, because I know Holding like.
Bob, if you're not going to play, you might as well sell him.
You might as well sell him, but I
just
don't see what we'd get for him. But yeah, you could sell him.
I would have thought maybe he could have went to Newcastle, but now Newcastle have leveled up. So maybe an Everton,
or
10,
Burnley
15.
again,
yeah.
Depending.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal should be able to at least recoup 100 mil.
Luton are going to need these guys. Obviously, they haven't got 40 million for Nketiah, but they're going to need guys. And if I'm going to be honest, I think Holding is a championship / bottom end of the table defender.
No, I think that's kind of harsh, man.
He can do Everton.
He was.
Everton is a bottom half team.
Yeah, that's harsh, man.
Remember,
he can go to a top half team.
But remember, Conor Cody's just left Everton to go Leicester, and that was one of their main centre backs. So if you're saying Everton,
okay, yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like I can't see him playing mid-table team.
Patino as well. I don't know how much value, but yeah, he could go. I've got a bit of a mind block right now. Who else got? El Nenny's just signed a contract.
Fabio Vieira, El Nenny. That's it, really. Reece Nelson's just signed as well, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's enough to at least recoup 100, close to 100.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. Right, yeah, man. With them, I'd still like to see a striker come through the door. I don't. It's unlikely, but I'd love
just a bit of healthy competition.
Apparently, I don't know how truthful this is, but Arsenal were linked to Scamacca from West Ham.
Ooh.
I like Scamacca.
And that'll be a different profile, so I think that'll be good.
I like Scamacca. If you could get him, I think that would be a decent signing.
How different is he to Balogun?
No, he's more like a technical target man. Whereas Balogun is more Jesus, Eddie Nketiah like.
He's what Man United thought they'll be getting with Weghorst.
Yeah.
Weghorst. Oh, yeah.
He's technical, can play with his back to go. He's good. He just didn't work out at West Ham.
I don't think David Moyes knew what to do with him.
People don't really give those attributes to Balogun, but see, I do. I think Balogun is a proper all-rounded striker.
Yeah, he's like Jesus.
I think he's an old school kind of striker for me.
Yeah. Balogun, I think he's more like Jesus.
But then he can still do the runs in behind.
Yes, the second Jesus. That's what I'm saying. But it's like all three of them are very, as in Jesus, Eddie, and Balogun, their profiles all
kind of
quite similar. So you need something
different,
completely different.
Yeah.
before, do you want to wrap up on Arsenal? You got more to say?
Yeah, no, not really, to be fair.
Before we move on to the next segment, is there any major transfers you guys want to discuss?
The Newcastle one, it's confirmed now.
Tonali.
Yeah, that's a really good signing.
Signing of intent.
Yeah, Newcastle they're on stuff.
So the only thing I'll say about that again is we just spoke about Scamacca. We know that Italians don't travel well.
Yeah.
They don't travel well to England. So that's one thing I would have as a worry. But again, I was watching, me and Della were watching a video before you lot got here. They think that he is not going to be doing number 6 deep line playmaker, which he did a bit at AC Milan last season.
Okay.
This season, he was kind of a bit more attacking because Benaka did that role, or Benassa did that role. Apparently, his distribution, switching the play, isn't great, or wasn't great last season. It was one of the lowest in the midfielder. So they think he's going to play like a further up number 8.
Okay.
And they think they're going to put Bruno G holding deep line playmaker. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But again, the physicality of the Premier League, Syria, you got time. You don't have that time in the Premier League. So
true.
that would be very interesting. But one thing about him is that he does press, and Newcastle like to press. So that's very interesting, man.
Or potentially they can alternate. So sometimes, back in the days when they used to do like a 4-4-2,
Bro,
two centre midfielders.
Man.
Yeah.
Like one, it used to be stay.
Yeah, let me go.
Yeah, let me go, bro. And I'm tired. Let you go. They don't do that no more in the Prem, man. So, but I know you can play pivot as well, man. So I think they're all right, man. They're all right.
The only other big one was Madison to Spurs, really.
Oh yeah.
That's a big one.
Quick one.
40 mil, was
on
it?
On the subject of Madison, let's do a quick one. We're going to do play, bench and sell out of Madison, Mount and Havertz.
For what team?
No, anything.
Okay.
Who would you start? Who would you bench and who would you sell? Let me start with Draymond. Let me start with you. And they both play. Everyone's playing as an 8.
Madison, Mount and Havertz.
Yeah. Is anyone ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Go on, Strive.
Okay, Strives, go.
I would. I'm starting Madison, benching Havertz, and selling Mount.
Go.
Starting Mount, benching Madison, selling Havertz.
Dre?
Yeah, I think I'd do the same.
So what's that? Start Mount.
Yeah, start Mount, bench Madison, and get rid of Havertz.
But Mount, like, as much as I've gone on record and said that when Mount was like Chelsea's best player, like he was registering goals and assists like 10 plus, I think in each department. His last season, bit injury ridden. I think he's managed 5 goals and assists.
The only thing is I don't know if I'm having James Madison that deep. Because
Well, you guys are getting so technical about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone said 8.
Number 8,
Yeah, as 8 or number 10.
For me, Madison is a 10 with no defensive responsibilities. I wouldn't give him any defensive responsibilities.
But if you did have him there, he's slapping goals. He's technical. He
but your
can get
team
one
is getting
free
slapped up with goals as well.
No, not really, because you could just reinforce your.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely, he's on the bench, man. That's good enough for me, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had a bit
I
of
think
bet.
the underlying factor is that I'm not having Havertz in my number 8. Not because I don't think he can do it, because the others have more of a body of work.
Yeah. See, I had Havertz as my bench player.
Arsenal loyalty.
Yeah, maybe. It started to kick in already. But no, like, because one thing that, like I've said earlier on, I'm starting to warm to the other facets of his game, and what he can bring.
He's got that. He's got a lot of attributes as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
It's
and he had a better season than Mount. So
I'd agree.
So yeah, man. So
It's gonna be definitely interesting to see who comes out on top out of those two. And in terms of Madison, who knows? He might just be an amazing signing because there's no real pressure at Tottenham. Who knows?
Nah.
Yeah.
He's still a big fish.
What are you saying, Della Strada?
40 mil.
How would you do it? How would you rank them? Sorry.
You thought we'd never ask.
Starting Havertz.
Okay.
It's just a number 8 thing, isn't it? Because it's number 8. Benching Mount and selling Madison.
Whoa. Jeez. Because
Madison variations.
Yeah, I know. It's because he got relegated. Is that what's?
Yeah.
No, for me, it's just the 8. If you're doing number 10, then he's. I'm keeping him all day.
I think he's a bit of a luxury for a number 8.
Yeah. Jeez.
It will be interesting. If it depends. If Mount can keep fit, then he might have a good season. He might not. Who knows? But he's definitely, again, I think he's like Havertz. He's got a lot of the attributes you need for that position. And also, I think there was only one more signing, that free transfer, Tielemans. He joined Aston Villa. But yeah.
Oh, sorry, another one, Pau Torres.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Villa.
That's a big
cooking.
signing.
Yeah.
That's a big signing. There's a couple other signings, man.
Cool. So let's do this segment whereby we're speaking of transfers, where we're going to be comparing the transfers of yesteryears versus the transfers of today. So using an example and using like a benchmark. So let's say Ronaldo went for 100 mil. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo. Zidane went to Real Madrid for, okay, I've got the figures in euros, but I'm trying to convert.
I think it's about 65 million pounds.
So Zizou, it was
75 million euros?
76.
76. So I think that's roughly about 65 million
okay.
pounds.
So if that's a benchmark, so let's say that's really high. So let's say Ronaldo's 100 million. That's the highest. Middle, Zizou 60.
What was the time between Zizou and Ronaldo?
Are you sure these
That's
figures
important.
are correct though?
Yeah, but this is millions. I mean euros, sorry.
Because you got Buffon for 53 million
Euros, yeah, but which converts at 38.
No, but literally just come up
You
on the
said
screen.
30 something, isn't it?
32.6.
But this is, I'm not doing the conversion. This is maybe God knows when.
Yeah.
But
But what? Sorry, when was the Zidane one?
Zidane was 2001 and Ronaldo was 2009.
So 8 years in between.
That's not actually that
So
bad.
I think in 2009, Zidane's transfer would have been about 75 million.
Yeah.
75. Sorry, about 80, 90 million.
And then the real Ronaldo went to Real Madrid for 46 million euros.
It's hard to do because the market's changed so much, but not in terms of like inflation or anything, but the market value of players. So for example, when Rio went for 35 million pounds,
that was mega at the time.
yeah, that was mega at the time, and it was a breaking
Transfer
record.
record, yeah.
But if that was 5 years later,
Maybe higher.
yeah,
So, but just so I'm fully understanding the segment, so let's say Rio, for instance, are you asking us, Del Estrada, like what would Rio go in today's market?
No, I'm asking, like, I'm going to give you the names of all these players that's been recently been bought for like high value, high value for large market price. It's not large market price, is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can look at those players and you're going to bench
Like
them.
Declan Rice.
Yeah, Declan Rice. Then you're going to benchmark back to those players that I've just listed. That it's like if Ronaldo's going for 100 million, but Declan Rice is not 100 million.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's Ronaldo.
So how much would Ronaldo have gone for based on Declan Rice going for 105 mil? Or is it the other way around?
It's halfway around. It's halfway around.
See,
So we've got Ronaldo there.
I prepared
You've
for
got
the role.
you've got Zizou there at 70,
Okay,
and then you've got Henri, who went for 18 million euros.
Yeah.
So then, if I give you a name, I need you to tell me realistically where you would value them, like high, medium, or low.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, I prepared the wrong way around, but I can still do it.
But I think I've got it in my head.
So as I said, Henri went for 16 million euros. We could probably do pounds, but let's.
That's what's that about.
But okay,
13,
but
14.
But Henri,
we have to specify though that when Henri went, he went for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, but at the same time, they didn't. He wasn't.
But he wasn't really
classed as like a.
He was underwhelming at Juventus.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah, but I think he just won the Euros with France as well.
Yeah, he won the Euros with France, but that was the main thing. But I think with Juventus,
Okay, but if he
wasn't.
okay.
I don't
if
think
he was going
at
from
that height.
Arsenal, it would have been different.
Okay,
Is
but
that what you're
using
saying?
that same example, so Henri went from Juventus to Arsenal
16,
for 60 million euros, and Enzo, what's his name? Enzo Fernandez came for 100 million.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So like you can use that as your benchmark.
Yeah.
So let's start. How am I going to do this?
Enzo Fernandez off the back of a World Cup. He's definitely inflated.
Yeah.
For sure.
So let's start with everyone's favourite, Jadon Sancho. So he went.
He went for 75
It was
million
75
pounds.
million.
Yeah,
75 million
75 million pounds.
Yeah.
So in the market that we just discussed, what bracket would you put him in? Top, medium, or low?
Okay, so for me, I'm using the Ronaldo 2009 era.
Mm-hmm.
For me, he's going for 25 mil. 25 mil.
Yeah.
I'd have to
And
agree.
that's not based off of how it turned out.
No. Forget how he turned out.
Yeah, that's based off of
What he was doing when they signed him.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, that's a lie. He's going for about maybe 40 million. Yeah, because he was doing bits at Dortmund.
40. So that's just below Zizou.
I'm saying 30. I'm gonna say 30.
But this is compared to not because remember Zizou and Ronaldo.
There was a good few years in between.
Yeah.
8 years,
Eight-
isn't it?
8
So
years.
I'm using the Ronaldo.
Okay, so
but if I use the Zizou baseline, it's going
Yeah.
for like about 20 mil. 20
Okay,
mil.
so let's use the Ronaldo benchline then.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so what? Dre, what you saying?
Yeah, I'd say max 35, but it'd be like between 25 to 35 probably.
25 to 35, you said 40.
I said 40.
And Strives?
Yeah, I said 35. I think I said 30 or 35. What's it, Sancho?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying 30. In that day and age, 30.
Because he's only
Right.
really had one good season
Yeah.
at
Dortmund,
Dortmund.
didn't he have a couple of seasons?
No, he had two good
I know,
seasons.
but I mean, like, he's not
he
been-
was
yeah.
rubbish in the Champions League. Every time I watched him, bro, I wasn't.
He wasn't.
I was
He
so
wasn't.
bad.
He wasn't like stand out like all the time like a Ronaldo.
Because
or
around that
Zizou.
time, Ferdinand went for 35.
Yeah.
And he was kind
What-
of a
what
young
year was
hot
Ferdinand?
prospect.
Yeah, he was
Ferdinand.
hot,
Yeah,
hot
what year
cakes.
did he go?
Yeah, it was hotcake. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking Sancho 30.
Yeah, I think that's about right. 30.
Yeah.
2002.
This is a big.
So Ferdinand was a year after Ronaldo, after Zidane.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say the benchmark for Jadon Sancho is just between 30 and 40.
He's going for 15 million in Ferdinand's time.
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
sorry, bro.
So
I'm sorry, bro.
if Sancho was between 30 and 40,
Yeah.
what's Modric?
From Tottenham to Real Madrid.
No, Modric. No, not Modric. Mudrick.
Oh,
Chelsea's one.
He has to be low, man.
I'm saying 5 mil.
Bro, that's what I thought about.
I was going to say 8, bro, because that's crazy, bro. Coming from Ukraine is nuts, bro. That's
Yeah,
like coming
exactly.
from fucking.
And
Yeah.
what was his fee?
Was it 89 million? Was it?
Yeah.
89 million pounds. I think.
Yeah, it has the. Yeah, he would be no more than a 10 mil player at best, and that's like pushing it. For me.
Okay, so
Like like top with all your add-ons and whatnot.
Yeah.
where about
I remember I was saying you lot dodged the bullet big time, bro, man.
Yeah.
Because even for him to say I want to come to Arsenal and be doing all that twerking on Instagram and then change his mind last second, the guy's not a reliable player, bro.
Yeah. He's
so who that Modric?
I
Okay,
agree.
what about Grealish?
Grealish.
How much did he go for?
100.
100.
I'm gonna give Grealish. I'm gonna give him 40.
40.
But then Ferdinand's gone for 35.
I know about
And I would say at the time, I don't know, it's bad, isn't it? But at the time, Rio was in a Leeds team that was almost fighting for the Prem. Whereas I feel like Grealish was playing for Aston Villa. I don't know.
He's their captain.
their captain. He's balling out of control. And then if you think about what he's gone on to do at City.
No, forget.
Oh,
this is literally you're just signing them based on.
Oh, you're signing. Okay.
I couldn't. Nah, he can't be any more than 25, man.
25.
Yeah.
Hang on, 25. Who was
Sancho, we said 25 to 35.
No, we said Sancho is 30 to 40, right?
Oh, did we say 30 to 40?
You said 35. I
Okay,
said
if it's 30 to 40, then he.
No, I said 30 in the end, I think.
30, but you said 40, so as in Joey said 40.
I still go for Grealish. He has to be then. If that's the case, then he can't be more than 35.
No,
I think Grealish was doing it in the Premier League.
I've said 40 because I think Grealish, yeah, exactly. He was doing it in the Prem.
And I don't think at the time, obviously, it was a big fee, but he had, he backed it up with what he'd done in the Premier League, whereas Sancho was transitioning from another league to Premier League. So I think Grealish has definitely got to go for about between 50. If Sancho is 30 to 40, he's got to
50?
be, he's got to be about 40
So more
to
than
50.
What, back then?
He's got to be more.
We're talking about like 2009 Ronaldo period.
Yeah,
you know?
Ronaldo, yeah,
So if
yeah.
Ronaldo went for 100, you're saying Grealish is half of that?
I think, remember, Ronaldo was the
Real
beast.
Madrid.
The beast.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid used to pay a lot of P's for everyone.
Yeah, so you're putting Grealish at 50.
I think, for me, he's definitely half the player.
How much?
Bear in mind, he came from Villa.
Let me check. How much
But
did
he's doing bits in the Premier League. Like Ronaldo was doing bits in the
Quite
Premier
high,
League.
though.
Let me see how much
That's
McManaman went for.
No, man, he went on a free transfer. I'm sure he did.
Oh, did he?
I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
50.
man.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
say,
lot of
we
money.
need to get a benchmark. So Joey, you're saying 50,
And I need to. Sorry, I'm let's say 40,
40.
and I'm gonna readjust Sancho to between 25 and 30.
Yeah. I was
Okay,
gonna
so
say
Sancho is 25, 30. So Strive, what are you saying? Or Grealish? You said 30, right? 30.
that. He said 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I am gonna say.
So just quick. If Ronaldo went for 100, what would Messi go for?
I don't know.
I'm just asking. What would you put? What would you put Messi?
Messi has to be around that same,
Yeah,
around that
same-
time. Has to be
same
around the
figure.
same bracket.
Yeah, okay.
No, he's got to go for 150 then.
No, that's
Obviously, Neymar skewed the market, but
At the time,
Yeah, it wasn't proven at the time who was the better player.
yeah. All right. So just to go back to it, Grealish. I'm gonna give Grealish. I'm gonna take him down from 40 because I was just looking up how much David Beckham went for.
how much did they go for?
He went for like 35 million
That's what I'm
euros.
saying. So 50
When did Dave Beckham go though?
Around 2006 was it?
We got
2006,
cheap. What
2007?
year were you
Yeah,
using
I
as the
know.
benchmark?
I know.
Beckham would have gone for like
Yeah.
about 60 million.
Yeah.
No, but
That
Beckham went
season.
around. But Beckham went off.
2006.
Did he go before Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went before
so-
Ronaldo.
So it would have been like, if he went for 35, then it would have been like about 60 million minimum.
But this is euros, so
Yeah.
what was that
So
in
it'd be
pounds at the
less-
time?
it'd be less in
That
pounds.
might have been about 25 mil
Yeah.
back then. 25, 20.
Yeah, I don't think Grealish for 50 is way too much.
Yeah, I think so.
I said 40. I reduced
40,
it.
even 40
I
for
reduced
me.
it.
I started at 40, but I'm looking. That's why I was about to reduce mine.
I would
I
say
think
35.
30. I think 30.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think 30 is fair.
Yeah, man.
What, so we're talking around 2009 period when Ronaldo went.
Let's
Yeah.
use 2009 as
Yeah,
the
do
benchmark.
2009.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, I think 30 is fair.
Yeah, 30.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Okay, I'm happy with 30 to be fair.
Okay, so we're saying 30. Just so you know, Carrick went to United for 18 million.
What, in that same period?
Not
That
around, but
makes sense,
obviously,
though,
but
but
that's
at
from
the time
Tottenham
that-
to United. So
Yeah.
I think that made sense though, because
Yeah.
even though Carrick was sick, I don't think people knew how sick he
No.
was until he
Yeah.
established himself at Man United.
this Anthony. So he went, okay, let's say 100 mil.
12
yes.
mil, man.
Yeah, I was actually going to say 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 10. So 15. We weren't.
What was Mudryk? We agreed 5, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say maybe about 10 million.
10. Okay, what about Nunes?
Yeah. Nunes. I think they owe Benfica owe Liverpool money.
What was the fee in that one?
It was 65 million pounds.
I'm saying 8 million.
8. Yeah.
No, he's definitely worth more than Anthony.
Maybe
bro.
15.
He's had a better season than Anthony.
Oh, hold on. What did I say? Anthony was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said 10. He's got to be about 15.
It could probably be around the same, man, to be honest. Let's
Bro,
be
there's
honest.
Nunes is better than
Nah.
Anthony. Come on, bro.
Nunes had more.
No, yeah.
Sorry. And
yeah,
if you look at Nunes' goals this season, yeah,
based on what I'm saying, if I said 12 for thing, yeah, he's right, 15.
minimum.
Nunes
I-
was
I'd
15.
actually-
But then I think Nunes was overpriced, so maybe I should bring down my Anthony. I'll give Nunes.
I said
Who's
10
more
for Anthony.
overpriced, Anthony or Nunes?
No, Nunes should be more.
No, who's over? You said thingy Nunes was overpriced. Who was more overpriced?
Anthony was.
Okay,
yeah, definitely. But what I'm thinking, I think in that market, I think I'd value Nunes a bit higher than Anthony.
Nunes has scored some quality goals.
Yeah,
this
that's what
season.
I'm saying.
But
That's what-
Anthony
that's
scored 1 or 2 as well.
Yeah,
But
Anthony has, but he's not been impressive for me. But I'm thinking, sorry, I don't want to drag the podcast on. I'm going to say Anthony 9 mil
No, it needs to be higher, man. Because I'm just looking like,
and Nunes 12.
from what De La Strada said.
we have to bear in mind they're coming. This is
Because they're coming
Ajax.
from,
team.
exactly. They're coming
So-
from Netherlands and what's it?
Benfica.
yeah.
And remember, he had a record scoring season at Benfica and banged 12 goals in the Champions League. Nunes. So he would be coming for still a big figure.
Yeah, I'm still 12 mils a big fee
No,
around them times.
I'm going to say Anthony.
No, 100 mil season. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, 100 mil.
I'm going to say
season.
Anthony about 12 mil and then Nunes probably more than that.
I think
double
Nunes
it.
is 20 million.
So
minimum.
maybe, 24.
Minimum.
24.
15, 20.
For 12 goals in the Champions League.
All right, so
But
then
Benfica.
all right, so we keep. I'm going to keep Anthony at 12.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I could give.
I think Anthony
Okay.
might be a bit higher just because of what he was doing at Ajax. He was doing like
How much did Dirk Kuyt come for?
that kind of, maybe about 20.
So
Maybe 18, sorry, 18 or 16.
he wasn't doing more than Anthony.
He wasn't.
As in, Anthony wasn't doing more than him.
YouTube wasn't around those times.
Never, as in for your stats. But okay, second on Benfica. Hang on, so what did we say for Nunes?
I would say 20 to 25.
I'll say 18 to 20.
Yeah, I'd say about 20-25.
So pretty close. Sticking with Benfica, so Fernandes.
Bruno.
World Cup, no,
Enzo.
Enzo
Oh, sorry,
Fernandes. A World Cup winner, but I think he's only been in Europe for one season.
World Cups is a heavy tax.
Yeah.
World Cup winners a heavy tax.
25.
He can't be more than Nunes.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't be more.
You can't be more than Nunes.
Why not?
Nunes was banging goals. He's the top goal scorer, bro.
Yeah, well, he's just.
Did they play in the same team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Why can't it be more? But they had different functions, though.
No, but obviously Nunes was the...
But then it's the timing of sell as well. So obviously the timing of Enzo's sell was after he's won the World Cup.
Yeah.
So his value got inflated.
True.
Okay. Rightfully so.
I suppose so.
Okay.
I suppose so, yeah. Because that's what happened in real life. That's what happened in today's time as well.
Yeah. Okay. And you think it's justified? Because are we included whether it's justified as well? I think the fee that was
No,
paid
because
for...
he didn't let me factor in what Grealish done at City. So I don't...
No. This is before you signed
before
them.
they signed, yeah.
Yeah, before you...
So like obviously...
Was it justified at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was doing bits at Aston Villa.
No, so I mean, like for instance, was Enzo's signing justified? Like when
he was doing bits at Benfica and he won the World Cup. So technically, you could justify.
I think it was a young player of the young player of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, then so what's wrong with 25?
I think that makes sense.
The only thing I'm thinking is, it's just then. What did we give Sancho again? It's just I keep going back to the Sancho one.
Sancho was at 20, 25, 30.
Sancho was doing bits at Dortmund,
and he was doing it for longer as well.
Yeah, you know what? Because I keep
people were scared that Man United were getting Sancho.
Yeah. You know what? It's because I keep thinking about what he's done at Man United. All right, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a few more. Let's quickly wrap it. Fofana going from Leicester to Chelsea.
No way.
If Rio went for 30
million, he went for £80 million.
Thereabouts. If Rio went for 35 mil.
That season, he's going for... But he was injured as well. No, he's going for like 10 million, bro, man.
Yeah.
Less than 10 million even, bro.
Yeah,
like he was good. He was good when he had like a good 8 months when he first came onto the scene at Leicester. He got injured.
It's when you think about the fee of 80 million for Fofana. It's crazy.
But Leicester were good at that, man. I'm surprised they got relegated, bro. They should have got promoted. They should have got promoted just for robbing Chelsea.
Maybe I say anywhere between 10 and 20 million. I don't know. Maybe because he's won the Prem in it.
Nah,
he's won the Prem. Fofana.
No,
he was after.
He didn't win the Prem.
Didn't he? What with Leicester?
No. He only came like 2 seasons ago.
Oh, fair.
What I would say about
10 mil.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think Leicester created a monster in Chelsea after they got that 8 million for Fofana.
Oh, so that Chelsea's getting it back in blood from everyone else.
But what did you say, 10?
Yeah, that's a 10.
I think about 8 mil, man.
Yeah, less than that. Yeah. So the 3 more. Lukaku from Inter to Chelsea. Bear in mind,
which one's
top goal scorer, I think. He just won the Serie A.
What did they pay? 100 mil?
Thereabouts, yeah. And you have to think about back in the days of a foreign player coming to the...
Serie A was highly regarded.
Yeah.
Being top scorer in Serie A.
22
I'm thinking
mil.
like, them times was Luca Toni. No. It's got to be more than 22 mil. It's got to be about 40, 50 mil. 40, 50 mil. Ronaldo, 100 mil. This guy's a top scorer in Serie A. I don't know if it was Luca Toni or not. He was top scorer
back in them days, it's like those 40, 50 mils were
extreme.
They were extreme. They were like for the benchmark household names.
Varane came to Man United for 28 million.
Okay, so in that, we need to see who else was transferring in Ronaldo's season.
I think Ronaldo one is probably like just an anomaly.
He's just extreme.
But I'm talking about, this is like over 500% less than what Ronaldo went for. This guy's a top scorer, banging goals, and he beasted Serie A. Remember, he beasted it.
Yeah.
What you think?
But I'm not giving.
I'll say 40 million.
Straight on.
What did we say? Grealish is 30 million. We said.
Yeah.
Sancho is what?
Yeah. I'll say 40.
It's got to be about 40.
Banging goals,
coming from Inter, you just want a Serie A top goal scorer.
Yeah.
I'll say 40.
Maybe we overpriced Grealish.
I think potentially. But if you look at who was top scorer in Serie A in 2009, like they were a boss. I'm sure. I don't know if it was Luca Toni or not, but I know that Luca Toni was banging goals.
Yeah, and so Yeah, no,
So,
I won't push back. I won't
We'll
push
say
back on
40.
Yeah, I think that's about right for a top goal scorer.
40 seems a lot during that time. I was 35, but 40, I won't. Yeah, I'll sign off 40.
Now we come to the main event. Declan Rice,
Coming from West Ham.
West Ham's captain as well.
50.
Nah, no, impossible. Yo,
If Sancho was 25 to 30. Is that what we said?
I would have reduced it.
And Grealish was 35. We said.
Yeah, agree. And Declan Rice he's won a trophy. West Ham's captain.
You just said it was
one of their best.
What trophy would have that been in 2009?
Cup Winners' Cup.
Cup Winners.
Yeah, Cup
It wasn't around, but it would have been
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
No, because Cup Winners' Cup's the Europa now.
No.
Didn't that become
No, that's
Europa?
UEFA League. UEFA League.
25 mil, Declan Rice.
UEFA Cup became Europa League.
It's got to be
Okay, but then
25
didn't
mil.
Cup Winners' Cup become UEFA League? Then UEFA League became...
Cup Winners' Cup is just disbanded.
Sheesh.
Was it, you lot won that, right?
Yeah.
After you lot won it, they said, "Fuck this, man. It's got no use in the world."
All right, so Declan's won the Cup Winners' Cup. He's captain his club. He's an England international.
English, yeah.
Euro finalist.
Based on the mold of Yaya Toure, without the skills of Yaya Toure or the goals.
I'm gonna say 35 mil.
Definitely 50 million.
But because Grealish
50 million.
If Grealish was, you're saying 50 million, 50.
Jack Grealish had 15, 1-5. Jack Grealish
What?
Jack Grealish had a better
1-5.
I thought he said 50. 1-5. You bastard.
English tax.
What's that? But you are crazy.
Wait. Okay, 20.
No.
Listen.
But 35.
English tax.
Who was going from West Ham at them times? What fees were they going
Hang
for?
on, how much?
Yeah, but look at
Rio went
exactly.
from Leeds to West.
Yeah, but
West Ham to Leeds.
Leeds were up there though, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
West Ham. He went from West Ham to Leeds.
No, was
Yeah,
it?
but then how much did he
what
go
are we talking
for?
about? We're talking about West Ham, Leeds to Man United, no?
No.
Yeah.
You're saying what player goes from West Ham? And
He
I
went
said
for 18 million, was
from
it?
West Ham.
Yeah,
to
I think
Leeds.
it was 18.
I don't know.
And bear in mind, Leeds they went bankrupt because of how they were spending money at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely played over the odds for Rio Ferdinand. So I think if we look at the
Yeah, it was
players
18.
that were
It was
leaving,
18 mil, yeah.
the
from
players
West
that
Ham
were
to Leeds.
leaving,
And he
from
didn't
West
really
Ham-
do that much then. at that
No,
point.
Rio was a top
No, but
prospect.
he
And
wasn't
Frank Lampard was a top prospect.
but he wasn't a captain.
He wasn't a captain. He was,
Declan Rice is not going lower. He's on par.
The
I would
most
say
the most you're
28
getting from me is 25.
28.
No,
The most you get from me is
35.
25.
But if Grealish is 100 went for 100 mil and we're giving him 35. We're giving Declan Rice 35, bro.
At least 30.
Who had a better season? Yeah.
Declan.
Hang on now. Who had a better season? Jack Grealish before he went Man City or Declan before he goes Arsenal?
Declan.
No. You
That's
only
not
said that
true.
because he won a trophy. But in terms of
Yeah,
player,
that's not true, bro,
Grealish
man.
did.
Well,
But in terms
you started your shit and he hasn't even done his medical yet. He hasn't even done his medical yet. You're starting, bro.
but if he's Rice can't be going for 20 million. He has to be higher because
Why?
Michael
Michael
Carrick went to United for 18, and Michael Carrick
from Tottenham when though? And that was after
I think it was
Ronaldo.
2006.
Before Ronaldo,
2006,
sorry.
that
Yeah.
one, the Carrot one. I think it was
and he was a key player, but he
why are we
wasn't.
still talking lower 20s?
No. I'm saying that's a benchmark. I'm saying he can't be lower than 20.
All right, we'll go
Because
28.
Carrick went for
I said
20 to
25.
United.
I said 25.
And this is
28.5 mil.
I'm saying
That's
30.
being generous.
25, man.
I'm saying 30.
Let's say
West Ham's
28.5.
captain.
Yeah, man, 30, bro.
Nah, but
Come on, man.
West Ham's captain
West Ham's if Carrick went for 20 million. West
from
Ham's
Tottenham
to United. West Ham's captain, who just won the
Who's better,
European.
Michael Carrick or Declan Rice?
No, it's the.
No, I'm just asking.
No, obviously Carrick is better.
All right.
Carrick is better. It's who. It's
Wait,
the
let me see
value.
Arsenal's Arsenal right.
Listen, I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion, okay?
I think 28.5 mil is fair, you know.
No,
I
30.
think 25.
28.
28.5.
No, because you remember
But
2006.
he's gone for 105 mil today, though.
No, forget today. We're talking
But
about.
not talking about that.
I was doing the conversion.
No,
though.
we're talking
If he's
about
105 today,
Yeah.
No, we're talking about
then what would he be back
value
then?
in 2000 and things.
Yeah, based on what he is today.
No.
Based on him
the
as a player.
Yeah. And the profile, the profile of the club.
Yeah.
I'm still giving him 30, man.
Yeah, but you smoke
Bruv.
bitch, that's what it's
Yeah,
sometimes.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm just
So wait,
32
Carrick
million.
went 18 million 2006.
Yeah.
3 years later, how much do you think Carrick will go?
Yeah.
3 years later.
3 years later.
From 18 million, 3 years later.
Maybe
25 to
24,
30?
24,
It's got to be under
25.
25. It'll be
Yeah.
under 25.
25 to 30. So Declan Rice will be
28.5.
no, but I think Declan Rice will be higher only because of the value West Ham
captain.
attached to him. He's the captain.
Nah.
Carrick wasn't
No,
the captain. He was
forget about
a
West Ham.
key player.
We're
Forget
talking
about
about
what
the
West
type of
Ham
player
think.
it is,
What do
isn't
you
it,
think in
overall?
terms of the type of player? And
Yeah.
we know that, well, in our opinions,
Yeah.
Carrick is better than...
everyone's saying that
than
Rice has got the potential to be, and some people already call him the best DM in the Premier League. That's what some people are saying it. I'm not saying
but,
I'm
but
saying
he hasn't
but-
done it though. He hasn't done it.
Yeah,
So,
people
so we're
are
not,
saying
we're
he
not,
has
we're not
done
talking
it.
about his potential. He
No,
clearly
we're
hasn't
just talking
done
about what he's.
it. You just said
you're-
you were arguing Partey's the best defender in the league.
Yeah, I'm saying
exactly.
some people. Listen, stop trying to make this about me. Yeah, I'm just trying to give
Apart
the
from
guy a
Kieran
favour.
Trippier, tell me who, bro.
What's this
I
guy's
think
name?
I think he might
Mikel
have to-
Antonio. He did though.
No, he did say it, but I'm saying because
I think 28 mil is fair, you know.
I don't think it's fair.
30, bro.
You think lower?
I think because remember, like I think if Michael Carrick, I think he's better than him, and I don't think 3 years after he went to Man United that his value would.
No,
shoot
but
up from
Michael
80
Carrick
million to-
wasn't the captain of Tottenham.
Yeah, but you know,
And that's the value that he-
But Michael Carrick, remember the Tottenham the captain of West Ham wants to leave. He wants to leave, and the director's saying we promise that you can leave. So he can't go for more than Michael Carrick.
It's
in my opinion.
I think
it's
he
a
can.
valid. It's a valid point. I think it's a valid point.
So what are we agreeing
Joey's
on?
saying.
I'm happy to say 30. You're happy to say 30?
I'm going to
Yeah.
say 25.
And
It's going to be under 30 for me.
Wow,
under
you're
30.
just being a spineless coward, bro.
I'm not being a
no.
spineless
Why is he
coward, bro.
why is he under 30?
Because of what I just said. You just said this is a good point.
No, bro.
No, you're doing
Joey.
Arsenal
You see what
fighting,
Joey
bro.
does? Yeah, he gets on my nerves.
Nah, it is a good point.
What's
It's
good
valid.
about that point?
Am I not
He
been
said it was
picking up-
18 million, and he's saying his Carrick better.
3 years
than
later,
Rice.
from 18
It's not about. It's not about who's better.
Okay,
It's-
but 3
it's-
years later, Carrick's not
Yeah,
got
but
more
because
than.
we're
not
talking
think
about Carrick with everything we know of Carrick as a United player. So it's hard.
at the time.
The
Oh,
question-
okay.
the
That's a good
question's
point.
loaded.
Yeah, but it was what
At the time,
206.
it's-
So that's like 3 years later.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he would have been
I
at
don't-
those heights.
Yeah, I don't.
But my thing is English club to English club, English tax. It's the captain of West Ham. They don't.
No, but remember, he wanted to leave. And,
No, but
and was
it still
public
doesn't
knowledge.
matter. It still doesn't matter. It's still the price that, like, I'm thinking he's going for more than Carrick, and he's going to go around
Okay.
What did
below
you say Carrick was?
below Grealish.
18.
18 mil, 206,
So
207.
if we take that average, 230s, 25 and 28,
What's that?
it's 28.25.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's close. 28.5.
28,
I
man. I
said.
think 20
yeah, 28.5. I
you said
said. Yeah.
So let's just say 30 mil, yeah.
No.
No, you can't be
28.5
fair.
is very clear.
28.5. Okay, and lastly,
on those negotiations.
and lastly, okay. So let's finish on this last one. So we're saying Grealish is 35.
I want to reduce that as well.
Well,
If
we-
you guys are happy to reduce it, I'm happy to reduce it.
We'll bring it down to maybe 30 or 32.
I'd say 30.
Yeah.
Okay, Grealish is 32.
Yeah.
32 or 30.
32.
32.
Yeah, 32.
Sancho was what? 25.
18.
No, you're reducing it now.
25.
25.
25. That's fair.
Rice was 28.
28, yeah.
28.5.
28.5.
Yeah.
Technically, it was 28.25, but I'll take
And then,
Yeah, 28.5.
so those are all the numbers so far, yeah, of
Yeah,
English. What's Bellingham?
Ooh.
Bellingham has to be closer to Jadon Sancho, if I'm going to be honest. He has
I
to be
agree.
closer to Jadon Sancho. He has to be more than him because obviously he's done it for England as well.
28.
No, it's
Whoa.
a bit more, man.
Bruv,
No, he's got to be more than Declan Rice.
Yeah.
bro.
bruv, Declan Rice went for 105 mil.
Yeah, and
Bro, stop
Bellingham went
looking
for
at that.
135.
Yeah,
It's not even
that's
that
not
far
what we're
off,
talking
bro.
about, bro.
Those are where- like in that market.
I don't think you get the. I don't think you get the task at hand, bro. No, I think he'll be about maybe 32, 32 to 35.
But
because
what's he achieved? He nearly won the Bundesliga.
He's been great for Dortmund.
Yeah,
He's been their
been
best player for the last 2-3 seasons.
Great
or
on
whatever.
international
But so was
scene as
Sancho.
well.
No, he can't
No,
have been
Sancho
their best
wasn't.
player
Haaland
because
was.
Haaland was
Yeah.
there at one point.
Huh?
He can't have been their best player for all them seasons because Haaland was there.
Okay, well, last season he was then. Fair enough.
Cool.
That's right.
28, man.
Now, hang on. And then obviously, when it comes to England, between him and Rice, we talk about
levels.
We talk about Bellingham way more than we talk about Rice.
Yeah, we do, but that's because Rice is understated. He's not in a glorified position.
but that's-
you know how it
Well, you
is
know,
being a centre back. How many times have you played a game knowing that we wouldn't have done anything without
stop
you?
Telling the stop telling the centre back what it is. Let the centre back tell you. So when you're understated, just so happens that you get your transfer values less. Like strikers always go more than centre backs.
Okay,
So
cool.
and because he plays more attacking, the value is just more than it's going to be for a DM.
35.
I think 35.
Yeah, 35 mil.
So
he's the most expensive.
We've downgraded Grealish.
Out of all the players.
We've downgraded
all
Grealish,
those
who was doing it in
English
the.
players.
We've downgraded
Yeah, I think
Grealish, who was doing it in the Prem, and we've now given Bellingham 35.
Yeah, because he's
After
he's done it
Grealish
for
has been
England.
brought
and he's
down to
he's gone
32.
the best club in the world, one of the best clubs in the world.
Boy, I don't think I'm giving. I'm not giving
what?
Bellingham.
Remember the benchmark? Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid.
Yeah, okay, instead of
yeah,
club
true.
as well. Actually,
I'd say
way
the-
deeper
oh,
instead
yeah,
of club.
instead of club.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hey, once again, Julius strikes again. Joey the Manic, aka the slap your bitch in the face.
This guy.
Boy. Yeah.
But the boy's good.
On that note, guys, thank you for listening to us. We'll be back again next week. From Podcast Pundits, we're out.
Peace.
Peace.